So, welcome to part two in a series that I'm doing addressing young men who seem to have lost their way. And I want to talk about respect, respect for yourself. It has to start with yourself, because if you don't have respect for yourself, no one else will respect you. I mean, that's just the truth. People who don't have self-respect get put in a box. Troublemaker. They call it back in the day rabble rouser. That's old school. That's beyond old school. That's ancient. But the point is that you have to respect yourself to be taken seriously. You have to hold yourself accountable for your actions. You have to feel something. And I know a lot of young men, given their situation, they're numb. They're numb to everything that happens around them, and that needs to change. You need to feel. That's right. You need to feel. You need to feel what's wrong in your life. You have to acknowledge it, and you have to want to change it. The truth of the matter is that in this country, in this society we live in, we're quick to judge. It is what it is. And your lack of respect for yourself will cause people to judge you. He doesn't care about himself. How's he going to care about anybody else? That's what people will think. You have to respect authority, because authority will decide what's going to happen with your life. You're saying, well, F the police. Well, you know what? Let me give you some examples of how the law works. In this country, you're supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. But honestly, it depends what you look like. If you don't look innocent, then you're guilty in this country. That's the reality. And the way the laws are set up these days, if me and you are hanging out and I decide that I want to carjack somebody, and you and me are in a car, my car, your car, doesn't matter, and I decide I want to carjack somebody, and so I pick a victim, and that victim shoots me and kills me. Do you know you're going to get charged with my murder? You are. You're going to get charged with my murder. If you and I steal a car, and we're driving, getting away, and the police are chasing, and we crash, and I get killed, you're going to get charged with my murder. Yeah, you are. That's just the way the law is. Fair or not, I happen to think that's very fair. But a lot of people don't think it's fair. But it doesn't matter what I think or what anybody else thinks. It's the law, and you're going to get charged with murder. Your lack of self-respect is what puts you in that situation. Your lack of self-respect. Because if you respected yourself, you wouldn't be hanging out with someone like me. You know my reputation. Why would you hang out with me? I'm going to drag you down. And yet you're still going to hang with me because we're boys. That makes no sense at all when you think about it. Do you see what I'm saying? Your loyalty has to be to yourself before it can be with anybody else. Get yourself out of situations by not putting yourself with people who you know are all about the bad. Can we talk about respect for women? Who's the woman that you hold in the highest regard? Is it your mother? For most of us it is, but some people, their mother really ain't worth a damn, and I get that. But there's got to be one female. Maybe it's your girlfriend. Maybe it's your girlfriend's mother, your grandmother, an auntie, a cousin, a neighbor, a teacher. Who is it? That one female that you hold in the highest regard. There's got to be at least one. Well, every time that you say, oh man, bitches be tripping. Well, that female you hold in the highest regard, that's who you're calling a bitch. No, I'm not. I didn't say her name. But she's a female. She's a woman. And you're calling her a bitch, a hoe, a whore, a skank, all kinds of things like that. Why? Why are you doing that? What did she do to you? Why can't you say, man, women be tripping? You're working too hard to be cool. I always tell this to my girls. I have 3 daughters. And I tell my daughters this. When someone cusses, just to be cussing, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, in person, you're working too hard to be cool. I mean, cussing is overrated. Calling women bitches and hoes is overrated. It doesn't make you cool. Oh, that's just how, the young kids talk these days. No, it's not. It's how kids who have no respect for themselves and others talk to each other and themselves, and you know what I'm saying. The point is that you have to look at women differently. You like women. I like women. My wife is my queen. My mother is a queen. My sisters are queens. My daughters are princesses who will be queens one day. But let me tell you something. You call women bitches and hoes, that's what you're going to attract. Bitches and hoes. Is that what you want? Is that who you want having your children? Is that who you want to be associated with? You deserve better. You're better than that. You're bigger than that. But it all starts with respect. Your self-respect for yourself. When I was in middle school, I had a counselor named Mr. Scott, and he was my counselor in middle school. And then when I went to high school, he followed me there too. So he had me from 6th grade all the way through senior in high school. And one day I'm in his office and he tells me, he closes the door. He gets up, closes the door, and he tells me, because of how you look, just on the basis of how you look, people expect you to fail. People expect you to be nothing. Just on how you look. They don't even know you. Just on how you look. They think you're nothing. And then he told me, what are you going to do about that? That was life-changing for me. That changed everything. Because I like challenges. And I don't like to be put in a box. So I changed everything. My way of thinking, my way of addressing things, addressing myself, how I saw people. That changed everything because people expected me to be a failure, to be disrespectful, to be a punk, to be a thug, just on how I looked. That ain't fair. Is that fair? It's not fair. But that's the reality. So my question to you is, what are you going to do about this? Moving forward, what are you going to do? Leave a comment, and I'll talk to you next week.